What is up, guys? This is part 2 of the Madden Connected Franchise series. Anyways, in today's video, I'm just going to be talking, well, showing you guys the offseason, talking you guys through the draft and everything, so that I can actually get to episode 2, because this is part 1. I meant this is part 2 of 2. So anyways, I simmed the season, and as you guys can see from the wild card or from the news that earlier said Jimmy Johnson is coming out of retirement. That's why I love Madden 25, because they can do shit like that. And the reason why I say they can do shit like that is because they actually can do shit like that, and it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I chose the Cowboys because that was the team I was going to relocate, and B, because, if I had to choose one relocated team in the NFC to choose, it'd definitely be the Cowboys, because I just hate the fact that they wear white at home. So yeah, but with that being said, I sims the rest of the season. We went 7-9. I was really hoping that we could go like 6-10 or 2-14, but nah. During well, this is what pisses me off. We was like 2-5, but then we started to win games all of a sudden, and I was simming games. I didn't play any games. I didn't tank. I didn't do any of that. I just simmed the games, and we actually started winning games. I think we finished the season off on a 1-game losing streak or 1-game winning streak. It was one of the two, and yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. It was some shit, man. So yeah, that's how the first season went. Right here is the news of everything, and the Vikings actually won against the fucking Colts in the Super Bowl. That is pretty crazy. Out of all the teams that I predicted to win, I did not have the Vikings winning at all. Neither the Colts, but Madden is full of surprises, especially new Madden, well, older Madden, because you can have a really sorry team beat a really good team, unlike in newer Madden where they just kind of dick suck 3 teams, make like 3 teams bad, then for the rest it's just kind of 50-50. New Madden's all over the place. But yeah, so Michael Vick actually got cut, and I think I signed him, but I'm not too sure. And it's honestly just kind of like crazy the amount of stories you get, and it's just crazy how everything happens. And I don't know if I'm playing with salary cap on for this season. I'm pretty sure I'm not. But I'm not cheesing with it. Yeah, I'm not, but I'm not cheesing with it. You feel me? Also, the Saints was the worst team, followed by the Texans, Steelers, Falcons, Bills, Browns, then us. So the league was actually pretty average on the record. So with me going 7-9, it wasn't that bad, because most teams. I don't think a team lost more than 13 games, and I don't think a team won more than 13 games. I could be wrong, because I'm reading off this right now as I'm scrolling up, and yeah, no team has lost more than 13 games, and no team has won. Oh, okay, never mind, take that back. Well, the Saints, they tied, so technically I'm correct there. And yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised my team didn't make the playoffs, because we had Aaron Rodgers, I believe. But in order for the playoffs, here's how the playoffs went, man. Sigh. The Eagles lost. The Eagles was one of my teams that I thought was going to be good. Cincy, I thought was going to be good too. But the playoffs are a bitch, so what can I say? In the divisional round, those are the upsets and all that. The Colts and Vikings just decided to demolish every team, which is kind of crazy, which led to the Colts losing in the big game by 8 points. Anyways, let's get on more into the off season of this part. I'm gonna try to sim it. Not sim it. I'm gonna try to go fast for the off season, because basically nothing important really happens in the off season. I'm not playing with salary cap, because salary cap is a pain in the ass. But here's what I'm doing with not playing with salary cap. I'm not going to offer a player like a max contract and just sign every player so I can cheese like that. Basically what I'm doing is at most I'm trying to give 7 people max contracts so I could get them on my team. But I'm pretty sure I didn't even do that. I'm pretty sure I only gave 3, which was Spencer Paysinger and someone else. And yeah, for future reference, I'm just going to try to sign players to reasonable contracts, because playing with salary cap can be a huge pain in the fucking ass. Also, with no salary cap, like I said, I'm not gonna cheese. I'm not gonna sign players so I can trade players for draft picks and stuff like that. But speaking of that, since I did a fantasy drafts, it was hard to actually find good players in free agency, because that's how it be. So I did end up trading a few players so I could get some better draft picks for the drafts, so I could set myself up. But I didn't abuse it. If you feel me, basically, I just kind of traded some of the players that I drafted from the previous drafts. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I traded Aaron Rodgers. I believe I traded Jonathan Vilma, and I believe I traded Glover Quinn too, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, for people like Tyrann Mathieu, like you see there, I did try to give him a reasonable contract, but not going like over. And yeah, I also gave Ray Lewis a contract so he can sign with my team, and I just gave him 3.5. So yeah, well, 3.5, he can get a higher offer or lower offer, but it's basically what the players want. If they want to sign, then they'll sign, because some players will get more money, some players will get less money. And with my coach isn't upgraded, so that it'd be easier for me to sign certain players. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Also, with this draft class, this is one of the best draft classes in Madden 25. In my opinion, it's probably the best, because there's just so many like every position has at least one good player, and some draft classes don't even have one good player in each category. So honestly, I call this the Billy Hill, Colt Gray draft class, because those are most likely the 2 best players of the draft. And yeah, I would have a video about Madden 25 draft classes, but I would have to play through a whole nother connected franchise sim in it, and to just get the clips and shit. And I'm sorry about getting hit up so much. I can't really control that. But as you see right here, I'm trying to trade for some draft picks, and I'm giving away players that they drafted in the fantasy drafts. And I'm also just trying to get better draft picks. I'm not trying to cheese it in any way. I'm just trying to do it as best as I can. So with that being said, I'm gonna just sim it. Hey, it's Spencer James from All American. Oh yeah, we definitely gotta get Spencer James a max. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I gave Spencer James a max, Trent Edwards a max. I'm not gonna give a kicker a max. So now the max contracts are all done. You guys don't have to hate me. Fun fact, that actually is who Spencer James is based off of. But anyways, I'm finna show y'all the scouting real quick. So this is how old Madden scouting was. I believe Madden 16 was the last time you could scout like this. Basically where you could scout individual stats instead of having dumbass scout points to see like what their best 3 stats are. Because in my opinion, that's just stupid. That is really dumb. That is, I don't know. I feel like Madden just I don't even know why they did that. Like what encouraged them to do that? Like I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, man. But anyways, this is what my team looks like. I don't know if I did more trades, but this is kind of like the final of my team. I'm pretty sure I do a little bit of more trading just to be safe. But other than that, I get into the drafts, and I edit players to give them Zeniths and shit like that, because Zenith in my opinion is the coolest helmet style and the best. It might not be the safest, because I don't do my research on helmets, but that's just personally how I feel. But anyways, now that I've just been skipping a lot of the major gameplay, I'm actually playing the audio with my pre-recorded voice, so you guys can hear my pre-recorded voice. Well, no, my recorded voice, not pre. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys hear what I had to say and hear who I drafted and all that, because I simmed right there, and yeah. Best thing about this game is that, like, for the draft class, is that if I really wanted to, I could put Billy Hill at like receiver and running back, and he'll be really good.
Cowboys are now on the clock.
But in Madden like 21, if you put a quarterback at wide receiver, he's gonna be trash. So QB1, obviously.
Now let's go over to Adam Schefter for more on this pick.
The first thing you'll notice when you see Boston College quarterback Billy Hill in person is that he's smaller than a prototypical NFL quarterback. What you can't see, however, is he has a great arm, the awareness of a Harvard graduate, and the refuse-to-lose tenacity of John Elway in his prime. The problem is, his size is an issue, and while teams wanted to overlook his small stature, most couldn't. This team obviously felt like taking him this late carried little to no risk, and they hope he ends up becoming the next Russell Wilson or Drew Brees.
See, in this Madden, they actually like talk about rookies and shit like that. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna get Eric King
Here's
third.
the latest info on Notre Dame's Arik King from Adam Schefter.
Arik, not
Notre
Eric.
Dame guard Arik King is a giant of a man,
Oh, that-
6'5" and 360 pounds. The thing is, none of it's fat. Well, some of it is, but not much. He destroyed the bench press record at the Combine, and he destroyed any defensive players that got in his way all season. He's a great pick here, and it would have been justified for him to be taken even higher, in my opinion. Nicely done.
The Browns are now on the clock.
I gotta be conservative with these draft picks.
Hey, Adam, what more can you tell us
Damn.
about this player?
That's what I
Iowa
wanted to
tight
choose.
end Colt Gray came into his junior year as a special teams player who had a shot at getting some playing time as a linebacker, but coaches ultimately moved him to tight end, and the rest is history. The Dallas Clark clone is a very talented pass catcher who runs great routes and always seems to find separation. He's not going to make spectacular catches, but he's as steady as they come. And if you send him out on the seam, he's got the speed to beat opposing linebackers. A great pick.
And now here's Adam Schefter with more on this latest pick.
Defensive end Jeremy Cooper came into his senior year planning to annihilate the Idaho State record books, and then he broke a grand total of 1 record. That was obviously not what he had in mind, but he still managed to break the career sacks record, which is why this team drafted him here. He's not going to do much beyond rush the passer, but this team knows that. If he gets after the quarterback with any consistency, he'll make his coaches very happy.
Okay, so this is kind of bad because they took who I wanted. They took who I wanted to take, Colt Gray, because I wanted 2 weapons for offense, and they also took Brian Mason. Now, I don't have a problem with Colt Gray, but Brian Mason, we kind of needed him to play receiver because, as you can see, our receivers are not that good. And I didn't scout a receiver, so, like, none of my receivers are actually going to be cash money, So, yeah, but we actually got the Honey Badger. That's crazy. So, as you can see, we don't really need anything too spectacular, so I think I'm going to just not trade the pick. I think I'm going to just take one of my, take one of the people I just scouted later on in the draft. So first we're gonna get this guy, and I forgot where this man is from. I think it's Poland or something. Let me search up the last name. Oh shit, I'm sorry, let me advance the
Cowboys are now on the clock.
Yeah, he's from Poland. It's a Polish name. So we could take Raymond Hicks because he is. I don't even know his age, so I don't even know if that'd be worth it. We're just gonna take Keegan McKenzie because I plan on trading that right outside linebacker and maybe starting Spencer James, but I don't know. Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here. I know he's projected to go in the 7th round, but I chose him because he has good speed. And I don't even think I have a 7th round draft pick.
Cowboys are now on
I have a 4th round draft pick. I kind of forgot I had that. Kirby. I think we're gonna take Kirby.
Cardinals are now on the clock.
His name's Kirby. I had to take him. I could have took Rich Beach, but his name's Kirby. Like, he has to be good because his name's Kirby, right? Alright, so now before the big change, I'm going to show you guys the rookie overalls and show you guys how good I did in the draft. Overall, I believe that this is at least B material. And Kirby's a 72. Wow, that's crazy. His acceleration is bad, but what's his speed? Acceleration doesn't matter as much as speed. Like, if you have good speed and bad acceleration compared to good acceleration and bad speed, then speed's at 85. Okay, that's not bad. In new Madden, that's bad, but in this Madden, it's okay. So, yeah, I would say I did pretty damn good. I mean, Kirby's not gonna be my star receiver, but he's not gonna be the worst, you know. And we are going to probably cut Toby Gerhart, or he's a power back type. Yeah, he's a power back. So for this season, we're just gonna put him at fullback. Then next season, we'll change him back to running back because we don't have anybody else. And look at that, 67 power back. He's not that bad. He's not that bad in the power back situation. Runner receiver, he's not that bad. But one thing that I always do for my rookies is I always give them Zeniths because Zenith's the best helmet. So I'll be back with the roster changes. So that's the draft and that's my team. I believe I maybe trade, maybe just do the depth chart and all that, but in a different video, because I don't know if I have the video clip saved for all the other teams, but in a different video clip I will well, not a different video clip, in a different video I'll probably just show all the rosters of all the relocated teams. But here's what everything's looking like. And I was actually really excited to do this because, like, it's just cool seeing the relocations. So right there, get rid of the owner, create my own coach, and the coach I chose is Wheels Legend. I didn't want to use my name, so I decided to do something that, like, literally everybody does, just nickname. And I chose Legend for last name and Wheels because they call me Wheels, bruh. And for the playbook, I chose the pistol playbook because that is top 3 playbooks in this game, in my opinion. It's between the Eagles, Redskins, and the pistol, in my opinion, for the best playbooks in the game. And for the defensive playbook, I chose 4-4-3 because I don't like running odd fronts. I prefer even fronts because odd fronts, like once you go in an even front with an odd front, it's just your outside linebackers playing defensive end, and then your D tackles playing inside. And in my opinion, I like outside linebackers being more on the outside, you know, being a linebacker instead of being like a 9-tech / defensive being an edge. Let's just say that being an edge. So my roster is honestly looking like amazing, like really good. Like, I feel very confident about my roster defensively, and I did not start Spencer James. I actually started the rookie I drafted so he can develop, and I put Tyrann Mathieu at cornerback instead of safety because he's a lot smaller in this game compared to any other Madden, because he was listed at 5'8" instead of 5'10", and just the fact that his block shedding, strength, and hit power isn't as good for a safety in this game, so I decided to put him at corner because he'd be better. And even if you feel as he's an underdog safety in this game, then I could just, you know, have him play in the flats. Also, I released Derek Cox and Cliff Averill. Although they were really good players, I couldn't get anything for them. People just didn't want them, probably because I'm a level 1 coach and my trading isn't as good. But yeah, people just didn't want them, and I wasn't gonna get like anything out of it, so I just had to let them go. And the LA Aftershocks was the first team that I was gonna play that season. I forgot who was the Aftershocks. I think it was maybe the relocated Rams. And yeah, but that's these are my preferences for my schemes. And yeah, man, so let me know know how y'all feeling about how y'all feeling so far about this, man, cuz I'm hyped, man. I feel good about this, and it's just, I love doing shit like this, especially in Madden. So with that being said, I'll have one more clip, then we out this joint. Funny, we're 0-3 in the preseason, and they're 1-2. And we played them in the preseason, then we played them overall, yeah. So that's kind of crazy. And the thing is about Madden is that If there's one thing Madden was consistent with, it was during the preseason. Like after your first season of your first preseason roster, after you play that one season, you go into your next game. You going after you finish one season in Connected Franchise, your preseason schedule stays the same, and they're telling us to wear yellow. I don't think the other Los Angeles team is going to wear their. But just in case, we'll just wear all white. We'll just wear all white. Hopefully they wear all gray or whatever I chose for them. Let's see what they.